I'm oversighting funds to the Kisii County government, from the Kisii County government to the Kisii County government, is because I want to be governor. Damn it. If I really wanted to do something that would really make me happy, I would then run for president. So being governor is not my priority. What do you want me to do when I have a county? When we took over leadership in the last 3 years, what was our payroll under Gerald Gay? 41%. Right now, that payroll has reached 68, 70%. Shouldn't I ask why that payroll has increased? Do you need to tell me that I don't have to question what you're doing because you think I want your job? I don't want your job. I just want you to do your job better. That is what this whole damn experience of democracy is all about. It's not about us wanting jobs of people. I have a responsibility. My job is to tell Kenyans what I think is wrong with my government. My job is not to tell Kenyans how the government has done wonders. I go deep into the surfaces to go and find out whether it is true the government is doing ABCD as they say. I interrogate the budgets, I look at the optics, I listen to intelligence. Every single report we interrogate at the Senate is not done by senators. This is done by Auditor General. Tell me, what am I supposed to do when the Auditor General says a governor paid 946 million shillings to a company, a legal firm, which did one case? What do you want me to rationalize about that? This is what we are saying. This is not an experiment in futility. Some of us have been putting our everything on the line to say we want a country where people are accountable, where people are responsible. We want leaders who are responsible. We don't want petty crooks and con dealers and people making money, selling anything they can sell, buy whatever they want, and you want to tell me I should be proud of that nation. That is not what my expectation is. I expect better. I expect the Kenyan public to say, yes, we agree. I am getting medical services. I think I'm getting clean water. My kids are going to school. That's not too much to ask. So what we are saying, I am one of the people who's been raising corruption issues everywhere in the Republic of Kenya. And I've never said I was holier than anybody else. What I've been saying is we are going the wrong direction. You can't run a country like a banana republic and you sit around and keep telling me how you think you're doing wonders. There's no capitation to school. You have a problem with our ministries. People are talking about employment job. You can't have a rationalized system on how we employ
Richard Onyonka has come out strongly to criticize the President William Ruto following his speech during a parliamentary group meeting held at Statehouse over matters to issue with corruption. Speaking on TV47 Morning Cave, the Kisii senator and the outspoken critic of the Kenya Kwanza government lamented that the president is the one who authorized corruption to take place even in a parliament. The debate that struck national conversation started when President William Ruto took the podium to address the members of parliament over bribery in a parliament that has led to committee members of both houses, both Senate and National Assembly, getting a whopping 10 million shilling to pass bills in parliament. Senator said that the president is squarely in the one to be held accountable following his recent remarks, saying that Kenya has witnessed a number of scandals within the executive, leave alone the parliament, saying president has no moral authority to lecture members of parliament while the executive languish in corruption. The senator who was speaking during a morning cave told the president to first take charge and right from him to not to accuse members of parliament, but to clean the house, starting from himself, who has been named in a number of scandals across the country. Since the president entered into politics, he has been named with a number of corruption, especially during his tenure as Minister for Agriculture and the Deputy President for 10 years. Kisii Senator Richard Onyonka called on a number of members of parliament allied to president to keep off explaining why the president is angry while both of them and president sit in parliament to enjoy bribe money and extend corruption hands.
Because they don't understand that the loss because of this opulence and excessiveness and this drama life and all this stuff they're doing, there is somebody dying because they don't have malaria medicines. That you have our children, instead of going to university, instead of committees of education sitting and saying, what are we going to do to fix the problem? They want the executive to tell them. They have never understood their job. In fact, this is the first time members of parliament have realized that actually they have no job. With the declaration President Ruto made, they have no job. So they better wake up, because God has been very fair to them for the next 2.5 years, to gain the integrity, the respect, the credibility of the Kenyan public. Our people are watching what we do. They understand where we are. They know how we have misused them. They know how we have abused them. I see all this thing you're talking about, the empowerment nonsense that is going on around. You cannot take state resources and start using them to campaign for your office. First of all, you are telling these young men that you are going to give them motorbikes. When those very boys you are buying motorbikes are university students who are missing school fees to go to university. It means you don't understand where people are. It means you are not reading it correctly. And what I am saying, and I'm pleading with my colleagues, and I've done this for the last, I think, 3-4 years, Dibal, let members of parliament realize that our employers are not happy with us. We have let them down. Why? Because we decided we are going to sleep with the executive. Why? Because they give you the tenders in government. Our colleagues are given roads. You'll find an MP. I mean, these things have been discussed. How an MP is given 1.6 billion to go and do Maram roads in one constituency. Is that normal? It's not. These are things people don't talk about, but these are the things that are there. They are there in the budget. Today I received a phone call. Somebody is telling me, you know what, this money for empowerment, there is no budget. These guys are just collecting money from treasury. So you can't fight corruption when you are actually doing what? When you are sprucing the corruption nicely. You are actually creating the narrative. Oh, we are trying to create interventions.
Thank you.
The interventions you need to be creating must be self-sustaining, must be logical and reasonable. They must be thought about clearly with obvious expectation, with obvious results. Right now, the country is running on autopilot. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I think the last part